That we'll go ahead and start this meeting. I'm Clay WA6LB, your Master of Ceremonies. Welcome to one and all. We will begin this with a roll call, beginning with the first area. Tom? Nothing heard. Second area.
It really
Peter, I
sucks
heard
being
you.
technologically
Second area
deficient.
present.
Okay. Got you, Peter. Third area.
I don't
Hey,
hear
Clay,
anything either.
KE3HAY. I'm here in present. Listen, I'm just pulling up at the house with the XYL, so just give me a minute, but I am here.
Okay, gotcha, Keon. Fourth call area.
Present K9 GWS.
Okay, fifth is present WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area, KJ Eno present.
Okay, seventh area. Okay, no seventh. Eighth area.
Looks like Ron is here for the seventh. KGA.
Yeah, Ron's present. I saw him. Unless he disappeared.
He did disappear. He must be having a problem.
Okay. Dean, if you would watch him, let me know when he pops back in.
Yep.
Okay, okay, I got did eight, did I hear you, Ralph? Yes, I did.
So.
Okay.
Oh, mute
Okay.
is so they can hear me.
Okay, and ninth? 10th?
A0HF present.
Ninth is
11th.
there on the, ninth is there on the visual.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, or I can.
I can. Okay. Roger, can you hear me?
Hey, nice finger, Clay. Can't hear me.
Is that better? Okay, I got you, Roger. And DX?
V3CMB, I'm here. I've also got John. VA3,
Yeah,
he's here as well.
Okay. Mr. President?
Right on the phone.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll go to the VP.
A1 and A.
Okay.
Right here.
Keep trying. Okay, bye.
Okay. And okay, I'm going to call Dean as president mostly.
Zoom, you can update it.
Okay.
I don't know how to do it.
With that, we have a quorum.
This one.
And we're going to go directly to President's comments.
Clay,
Dean, take it away.
Clay,
Yeah,
before we start that, can I get call signs for Frank Taylor and for Matt?
Frank
Alpha,
Taylor is
go ahead, Frank.
Taylor is Alpha Alpha Zero Zulu Papa.
I thought so. Hi, Frank.
Hello.
And Matt.
Kilo 2 Yankee Sierra.
Okay, thank you.
And Tom is with us. Alpha 1 November Zulu, Clay.
Okay. Noted.
Okay, well, thank you.
Okay.
A lot of background noise, but I'll try to make this as long as I can. I am going to open this segment of the meeting to anybody who would like to comment on the next topic. I know it's against the bylaws, but bear with me. Good evening, Frank. Do you have video tonight?
Well, I see everyone on the screen, but I do not have a computer with a camera in it other than my laptop, which I take around with me. Roger?
Okay. A package was delivered to your house probably about a week ago. Do you have that in your hand?
It's sitting in my lap right now. Thank you.
Can you open it?
Yeah, boy, that's some sturdy glue they got on these end flaps. Okay, it is open.
Okay, on behalf of the Board of Directors and the 3905 Century Club, in grateful appreciation to your 27 years of distinguished volunteer service to the club as Vice President, President, 10th Area Director, Historian, and member of the Presidential Advisory Committee, Frank, I would like to present with you the KE9OI Excellent in Service Award.
Oh, heavens. Thank you very much. K9OI. Boy, yeah, Dave was my vice president way back when. One hell of a guy. And, okay, let's get some of this bubble wrap out of here. Oh.
Well deserved, Frank.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yep. Congratulations, Frank.
Congrats, Frank.
Congratulations, Frank.
Certainly well deserved.
Thank all very, very much. I say this organization, 3905 Century Club, has been a real, a premier organization, and the many organizations that I've been in and part of, this is by far the premier unit. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you,
Frank.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
So, Frank, I think you have set the bar real high for a lot of us to follow. And I hope you'll be around for many, many more years. And we won't hound you to volunteer again.
Well, I tell you what, one of the things that the local club describes me is 2 years ago at our Christmas meeting, I won a DMR radio, and he said it was only fitting that an analog guy should win a digital radio. So that's what I've become known as, the analog guy in a digital world.
Well, I'd like to say something to Frank. Frank, I think we've known each other since '91 when I got into Nebraska. And, I can recall a couple butt chewings that we took from both of us from John Sheffield. And I'm sure you remember those too, because they were not pleasant. But Frank has always been a very good friend of mine. We spent time in two local clubs, the SAC Strategic Air Command Memorial Amateur Radio Club and the Bellevue Amateur Radio Club. I don't remember if Frank is a member of Exarban or not, but which for those of you who don't speak Nebraskan, Exarban is Nebraska backwards. But we've been through a whole bunch of multiple sclerosis bike rides and storm spotting and a lot of good stuff. So he is a class act and has always been a good friend, and it's always good to see Frank at Eyeballs, and always will be. That is all I have. Is there anybody else wants to say something?
Thank you, Clay.
Yeah,
you're welcome. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, the first time I met Frank was at the 1994 Eyeball in Vermont, where Frank, I don't know if you recall this, where he gave out the first 2 master's degrees. Wow. I'm done.
Thank you, Peter.
It was 96.
96?
Yes, sir.
Time flies.
Okay, maybe split it.
Long ago in a galaxy far, far away.
I was there.
Anybody else?
Right?
What was that, Ralph? I think I covered you.
That was Rutland, Vermont, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That was run by AA1ME.
Right. Yeah, George.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Rutland was the town, as I recall.
And AC4GY got the Waterman melons for us.
Now that was Tennessee. Maybe he did bring them there too.
Yep.
So, Clay, I've got 2 more comments. We've had, I think, 2 more directors check in since we did roll call. And I did receive a call from Ron. He's having an up and down internet connection tonight, so I would ask for the board to be tolerant and make sure that he gets his time. And with that said, Clay, and one more time, Frank, thank you very, very much.
Mm-hmm. Here, here.
Thank you, Frank.
Quite welcome. Thank you very much. And I'm back out and head upstairs and spend a little time with my bride. Thank you very much. It's only been 57 years now.
I got you beat.
Well, it's Peter. When you got married, I think Peter married you. I'm not sure. The Apostle
years.
Peter.
63 years.
I'm done.
I think
Thanks,
about
Clay.
some tablets. back.
Okay. Okay, let me reel this meeting back into somewhat a little bit of decorum. With that, we will go into back to the agenda, and we have minutes from November. Do I have a motion?
Motion N2XTT.
Second,
and a
K9
second.
GWS.
Second, HAY.
Okay, I got Gary as the second there. And I almost said all those in favor say aye, but first area.
AA1NZ approves.
Okay, second.
N2XTT approves.
Third area.
KE3HAY approves.
Fourth area.
Approved, K9 GWS.
Fifth area approves WA6LBU. Sixth.
KJ8L approve.
Okay, and I'll ask for seventh just in case he bebopped in.
Seventh area abstains.
Okay, and eighth.
Approved, KG8WL.
Ninth area. Okay, 10th area.
Approved AA0HF.
DX.
V3CMB approved.
Okay. President.
President approves. KL70R.
Vice President.
Approves, AA1NA.
Okay, November minutes have been approved. We move on to financials for November. Motion to approve.
I'll do that.
KE3HAY.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll take Keon in there. That's the one that I understood. And a second.
Second N2XTT.
Okay, and we go on to voting. First area.
First area approve, AA1NZ.
Oh, quick, stand by there. I guess, is there any discussion? I missed that part. Okay, with that, Tom, I will accept that after the discussion request, but second area?
Second area approves N2XTT.
Okay, third area?
Third area approves KE3HAY.
Okay, fourth area?
Approved, K9 GWS.
Fifth area approves WA6LBU. Sixth area?
Sixth area approves KJ8O.
Okay, seventh area?
Seventh area abstains.
Okay, and eighth?
Approved, KG8WL.
Ninth? 10th?
10th approves AA0HF.
DX?
V3CMB DX approves.
Okay, and President?
Approved. KL70R.
Vice President?
Approves, AA1NA.
Okay, thank you, everybody. On to committee reports. Do we have any discussions from for or from the awards committee?
A comment for E3CMB. Lots of work being done there, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay. Bylaws committee, Eric?
Yeah, Clay. No, just our report should be in there. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if anybody would have questions for you. So, member communications, Gary, do you have anything to add, or are there any questions?
No, I have nothing to add.
Okay. And IT task force, Matt? Okay. Nothing there. Old business. We have elections coming up. Dean, do you want to add anything on the elections?
That would be somebody else, not me.
Well, I know, but you're the president, so I figured I'd start with you and work down the hill. AA1NA, do you have anything to add on the elections?
Going smoothly. We have candidates fielding all the directors' slots. We have a race in the second area with 2 candidates, and a race in the fourth area with 2 candidates. The website is doing great, thanks to Matt. And Paul W1IP is helping out. He's been super and checking in and doing great things. Looking forward to the close of tonight's meeting when we have hopefully 2 or more candidates for the president's slot. But other than that, it seems to be doing well. We're looking forward to a good election. And if anyone has questions, we're glad to take those.
Okay.
And if not, I'll go back to you, Clay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. With that, Dean, I don't know if we want to do this here or under new business nominations for president.
Your call.
Okay. Let's go ahead. And are there any nominations from the floor for president? Or from the directors, I guess.
7th area has a couple of nominations.
Go ahead, 7th.
Okay, the first nomination would be for Joe Bevier, KF7HNC, for the position of president.
Okay.
And for another nomination, I would like to nominate November 7 X-Ray Golf for a re-election.
I'm sorry. I don't think we recognize that call sign. Could it have been his alter ego KL70R?
Could be.
Could be. Okay.
It is.
Okay. Doug, are you caught up with that?
Doug, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm in a room with the TV on. You don't want to hear that. The first nomination for KF7HNC, is that for vice president?
President.
For president. And KL70R was also for president?
That is correct.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm caught up.
For president, or are there any other? I guess it would only come from the 7th area. So I'm presuming that's it. Okay. Noted that. The secretary has that in the minute. I believe we're good to go there. Also on the old business is directors open discussion, which I think we're going to do after new business. We'll just move that. Moving on to new business, motion 12-202301 to create a new Ad Al Zhang Award and to modify the, I hope I pronounced that right.
You did.
And well, that's okay. I'm from California. I was going to say something, but I won't. That would have not sounded good, so I retract that. Okay, back up to create the new award and to modify the Pick 30 award. Do I have a second on that motion?
Second, K9 GWS.
Okay, is there discussion? Okay, no discussion. Let's go to a vote. First area.
AA1NZ in favor.
Okay, second.
Second area approves. N2XDT.
Thank you, Peter. Third.
Third area will approve. KE3HAY.
Okay, thank you. Fourth area.
Approved, K9 GWS.
Thank you. Fifth area approves. WA6LBU. Sixth area.
Sixth area approves KJ8L.
Okay. Seventh area.
Seventh area approves WB7ASC.
Okay, thank you. Eighth area, Ralph.
Yeah, approved. KG8WL.
Okay, thank you. And ninth area. Okay, I tried. 10th area.
Approved AA0HF.
Okay, thank you. 11th area.
VE3CMB DX approves.
Okay, thank you. And President.
Approved KL70R.
Okay, Vice President.
And approves AA1NA.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Looks like that motion is approved. On to the proposal for eyeball 2024. Do I have a second on that motion? Oh, that's supposed to be a motion.
It wasn't written as a motion.
Okay. Do I have a motion to bring the proposal aboard?
KL70R.
Okay. Do I have a second?
K9 GWS.
Okay. Discussion.
Can I have a second?
You can.
I think Tom has really put a lot of work into this over the last couple of months. While we've all had a chance to go through it, we do have some loose ends, but I think that those loose ends are loose ends that can be tidied up. And unless there are any blaring things that prevent us from doing this, I think we should proceed and turn the gavel over to Tom tonight, because I think he's got a pretty good plan put together, and it's just going to get better. Back to you, Clay.
Comment.
Okay. Go ahead, Keon.
Yeah, thank you. Please apologize. I apologize. Please accept my apology for not having a chance to actually look over it. Can you just tell me really quick, and I guess just for somebody who may not know, where is it looking to be?
Laconia, New Hampshire.
Go ahead, Tom.
I'm sorry, I didn't get.
Laconia, New Hampshire. Right in the center of the state.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. My wife is actually from Springfield, Massachusetts, so she loves New England. We'll be there. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, further discussion?
I have just one comment, and one of my concerns was just the number of QRP nets that we're running, and I don't think we should hold this up tonight because of that. I think we can figure that out later. But I've got some feedback from the fourth area that some people think we're running too many. More people think we're running too many than think we're okay with what we're running. And so there's clearly not consensus around that. So before, we've got time. We don't have to decide that tonight. But I think before we get to the eyeball, we should, have a clear understanding of what QRP nets we're going to be running.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum, but I agree to that. I think that's a good plan. I think let's decide on the eyeball is where it is and when it will be, and then we can hammer out the other details as we go along.
Yep.
As a former eyeball host, best laid plans of mice and men. I had a pretty good proposal, and even some of that got slid one way, and we brought other stuff in, and there's always room for making the proposal better. And as long as the host keeps the board informed, I'm in agreement that we go ahead and approve this and let Tom work his magic, and we'll all get behind him and help him along as much as we possibly can. Is there any other discussion from the board?
I'd like to comment on that, Clay, if I might.
Go ahead.
Okay. Kirk and I have already been working together on this, and he agreed to manage the QRP nets for me.
If you ever heard audio out of that computer screen?
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. I think that's just background noise.
Oh, all right. And I lost the train of thought there, but Kirk and I have been discussing it. He's agreed to manage the QRP nets. Since I've heard some of the other directors mention this, possibly excessive might be a word, of QRP nets. And I've also polled some of the first area members with the same thing. They would like to see maybe not quite as much of QRP, but have it, if we did, have it coexist with other programs so that there might be options and more than one program running at the same time. And that's sort of the way I'd like to lean with this. I've run plenty of technical meetings in the past, and I always like to have two good programs running. So the ones that couldn't go the one they wanted to had to come back next year for it. So that's some thinking too. But Kirk and I will certainly work this out. There will be some modifications, but like, as I said, Kirk and I will work it out. We'll run it by the several people who had said something to me and see how that sits with them as well. So that's all I had to say about it.
Okay. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Anything else from the board? Okay, I've got a bunch of happy faces staring at me very quiet. So let's go ahead and take a vote here. Vote to approve the 2024 eyeball first area.
First area, of course, approves. A, 1, and Z.
Thought that might happen. Second area.
Second area approves, N2XTT.
Okay. Third area.
Third area approves, KE3HAY.
Okay. Fourth area.
Approved, K9 GWS.
Okay. Fifth area approves. Sixth area.
Sixth area approves, KJ80.
Okay. Seventh area.
And the seventh area approves.
Okay. Eighth area.
GAWL approves.
Okay. Ninth area. Roger, give me a thumbs up. Okay, Roger, can you hear me at all? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, 10th area.
10th approves, AA0HF.
Okay, DX.
DX area approves, B3CMB.
Okay, and President.
President approves, KL7R.
And Vice President.
Approves, AA1 and 8.
Okay, I think that passes with just about unanimous. If we could get Roger to show us a finger, it would be anonymous.
The right finger, Clay.
I was going to say, Clay, you better be careful with that.
Yes. You asked for a thumb, Clay. You asked for a thumb.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Okay. Noted. Thank you, gentlemen. Okay. Motion passes. Tom, looks like you have an eyeball.
Excellent.
Congrats, Tom, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
In the words of Dwight, when I got mine, he called me on the phone and said, "Be careful what you ask for." Okay, with that, we've got through the new business. We have an open discussion for club members. Ask the board. Is there anybody interested in asking questions?
Roger put his thumb up. Did you see it?
It was a late vote, but
Okay. Roger, give me another thumbs up.
You need.
Okay.
I think he's on delay.
You need a placard, Clay, that says Raj. Can you see it?
I'll print that one out right after this meeting. Okay, I'm not hearing anything. So with that, I'm going to look for a motion to adjourn.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Peter.
It has nothing to do with the board meeting, but since you're going to adjourn, I've been thinking of changing my call sign. Of course, my wife and grandson, they don't like the idea, but I thought of using November X-ray 2 Tango Tango, and I don't know, am I being foolish, or does everyone just know me by N2XTT and I should leave it alone? No comment.
I don't see any problems with
Peter,
it.
we know you about being the stronghold in New Jersey, so it doesn't really matter.
and it is close enough, Peter. We're you know what? We're never going to not know you anyway, right?
Yeah.
I have one comment, Clay. Not a discussion item, but the bylaws committee is doing a lot of work. And I'm not commenting on the recommendations or the discussion items that is coming out. And I need to change that and actively start engaging in it. The comment, not necessarily that we have to come to any conclusion here today or whatever, but when we get recommendations from like there's three outstanding at this point, and I have seen some email traffic going back and forth. Is it worth that we discuss these at the end of the meeting so that ultimately the goal obviously is to become motions and we pass them? Just to sort of make sure we move this along. There's a lot of good work happening, and me included. I haven't been involved in corresponding to that. So how do we help that committee move this along and get the motions approved?
And Craig, if the board would like to have that discussion, I'd love to bring them along, like maybe at our next meeting, and put them in front of the board, and we can have that in our discussion period, talk them through. That'd be great. I love that feedback.
I think that's a good idea.
The only comment I would have is that the committee meets every week, and they're trying to continue to move forward. And I think when they're looking for our feedback or guidance, we need to try to give it to them as quickly as possible so we don't slow them down in their progress. So to the extent you can, we should really respond, I think, to the emails that Eric or whoever else sends out from the bylaws committee.
Absolutely, Gary. I agree. But I know, for example, I, for one, have been responding. You have, a couple of the board of directors have, but there's only been a couple of you guys responding. So absolutely, we should be doing this. When it comes out, we should engage in the board of directors and go back and forth with the emails and discussion. Seeing it not really happen outside of a few of you who are engaging minimally, I think we bring this every month and say, okay, we have you all here now. Let's discuss it after the meeting and after the regular agenda and all that stuff as the open discussion. Anyway, just a thought. I'm telling you, I'm messing up. Come on.
Appreciate that. I think that's great support. That's a great way to handle it, Craig, especially if there's issues we don't agree on, like in the discussion. But be glad to bring there's 3 now, bring them along. We can talk about them.
Yeah.
Well, and I agree with Craig in that, it may not be a final, we can discuss it on the board reflector and come to a consensus all in one meeting. And we may get a general solution on the board reflector and then hash out a final solution at the end of a board meeting. Email is great, but I think this face-to-face interaction works really well as well.
And even Clay, I would go a tiny bit further and suggest that some of the board members, me included, guys, don't shoot me, have not been engaging with the committee the way we should be on the reflector. We have not been responding the way we should be. This I bring up as a mechanism to ensure that if we have not been responding over the last 3 or 4 weeks, at least at the board meeting, now is your opportunity to say something or move on. Anyway, just a thought. I'm done.
Oh, thanks. Craig.
Go ahead, Dean.
Yeah. I asked Clay to put this open discussion thing at the bottom of the meeting for exactly that purpose. I mean, it wasn't just for me to be able to have open discussion with you, but is really for the board to be able to interact with one another, ask questions, get whatever you want to do. But do the face-to-face stuff, because a lot of times the face-to-face stuff is far more valuable than trying to understand some of the cryptic emails. And the fact that we're recording this means that we can go back and we can revisit that and say, what did Craig really mean when he asked that question? And I agree with that. So yes, and the other thing that I'm pushing for, I don't think we're that far along, but my goal with the board meeting long term is to have a segment where we can allow our members to be able to address the board with these kinds of comments of issues that we have. But we're not there yet, okay? But we're there in terms of the open discussion, and any board member, it's not to make motions, but it's basically a way to interact.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Zoom, by the way?
I think we need to go back to smoke signals, but that's just my Oklahoman root here.
I think we could resurrect the chat program. I mean, you want to do that for a while?
Negative. I cannot type that fast.
I always like on the air.
Clay, one last comment. I have my signal flags somewhere. We could use those, but
I'm a little rusty with semaphore, but I might be able to pull that one.
Oh, but my last comment is, I mean, the bylaws committee, review committee takes every comment seriously, whether it's in chat or we pull it off the recording for the board meeting, but we really want to represent the will of the board in the bylaws, the constitution, if that's where we go. So love the feedback and be glad to bring that to the next meeting as a discussion item at the end.
Okay. Anything further?
Move to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Oh, you got it, Ralph.
Okay. I think Ralph got the motion. Craig got the second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. We're there.